Excited about getting a chance to head down to the tournament, obviously. I think it was this time last year. We were all surprised, I guess it was yesterday, in the #1 seed and then flying back and after canceling our AAC tournament and then getting into the FBO and realizing that our NCAA tournament was canceled. Never forget that the guys were riding on the bus on the way over to the Fifth Third Arena. I had my car at the FBO, so I drove over in my car. And it's kind of one of those moments in time where you'll never forget, but you can't quite remember. At the same time, all the things that happened, especially when we went and met the team. It was the first time I ever had to. I hope it's the last that we ever have to. Was woefully unprepared for that meeting. So we're really excited to get on the plane. We're going to practice now. We're going to head out today. I have no new updates. No updates in terms of any change in our roster, in terms of any COVID protocols or anything like that. And we'll look forward to competing tomorrow.
Go ahead with questions.
Yeah. Hey, John, would you mind expounding just a little bit on that meeting with the team, what it was like? Was it the most surreal thing you've ever had to do? Just talk about that a little bit, if you don't mind.
Well, from a coaching perspective, I walked in the room and, they had to have the bus ride over. So they knew. So I wasn't breaking any news to them. But it was, I know I didn't do a very good job. I stood in front of them and didn't really know what to say, other than, you were going to the NCAA tournament. I think they knew we had great 3 days of practice. I mean, for that team, an elite 3 days of practice, and those guys were ready to play. Fortunately, we tried to huddle up and get as many individual meetings, doc in as we could before they sent us off, and who knew we wouldn't see each other for a long time.
Coach, you talked last year about how well you felt your team had practiced and prepared leading into the tournament. What about this year? How are you feeling about the guys right now?
I feel good. And to make comparisons, we're not a veteran team, so we're young. So were our practices as good? No, but they typically haven't been. But I think the guys are locked in and obviously ready to go. And I feel good about where we're at mentally. Now, do you handle adversity well? What happens if this happens? If it's off plan, those things you oftentimes feel more comfortable when you're an older team. But obviously we've been through the grinder this year, so hopefully it's got us prepared.
Coach, do you think when you look at SMU, does it help that you've been through a similar experience as them, knowing in your preparation what it takes to come back from something like this on game one?
Yeah, it's a good question. I don't really know if anything that in terms of me helping us prepare. What I do know is they're extremely talented. They're one of the oldest teams in the country. They knew they had a great team this year, and they had a great year this year. And I'm sure they're going to play their best basketball. When you have a sense of urgency and you have older guys that know the system, I think they've been practicing since last week. It doesn't take long to get back going in it, and especially with as good a job as Jank does and as good a players they have. I would think that they'll be more than ready.
John, how much do you pull from that matchup in January? Because both teams are different. Your team's different. The Julius is gone, Harvey's is gone, and his team will be limited because of what they've gone through. So how much do you pull from that January matchup?
I don't know who they have and who they don't have, but I would say that you have to pull a lot from it just because they haven't played a ton of games since. And, that's basically what you have to go after in terms of how they guard your stuff, how you guarded their stuff. And, I think they, at this time of year, and it's different, right? It's 15 games in, 25 games in, depending on who you are. You pretty much are who you are. And though they haven't practiced for a while, their teams are who they are. They're a high octane scoring team, a really good defensive team this year, particularly. And they're challenging a lot of different areas.
Does it concern you that if they did return to practice last Thursday or Friday, they'll basically have had a full week to look over that game tape and get ready specifically for Cincinnati?
I mean, there's great coaches in this league. So, week, 5 days, whatever it may be, they'll be ready. I mean, that's what our young guys got to understand. They're coming in playing extremely hard. And tournament basketball, especially at the pro level, but even at the college level, it feels, the speed picks up a little bit, the intensity picks up a little bit. The first media timeout guys are usually a little more gassed. I mean, those are things that, we've got to prepare for.
What do you hope to see from Keith tomorrow?
Wow, 10 rebounds would be great. About 6 assists would be really good. Get back in transition defense, guard his guy, take, threes and rim shots and not 15-footers contested. And just play really and be a leader. If he does those things, we'll be really good. And I expect him to. I mean, he's played really well. He's played really well, and that's what you want out of your seniors.
Coach, this is the case for SMU. It's the case for a lot of teams, not just you guys in this tournament, of playing teams only a second time, not having to play them twice during the regular season. Does that add any nuance or will have any impact, do you think, on the whole tournament?
In this league, it's an unbalanced league until this year anyway. I mean, it's definitely unbalanced this year. We were going to try to play everybody. So, you play some teams once anyway. So I think twice, 3 times, I think that's probably overblown a little bit. Especially the teams and the coaches that have been in the league for a while, they know, we know. I mean, we have big staffs, everybody kind of knows everybody and what everybody does. So, it's not like the NBA, but it's certainly, one more game doesn't provide that much more familiarity, I don't think.
Are there specific protocols you guys have in terms of staying at the hotel with the tournament and all that kind of stuff?
I think we've got testing through the league every morning. It changes. It's like, I think for us tomorrow, I think it's a pregame meal maybe. And then I don't know after that. They'll let us know. I mean, all we've done all year is get off the plane, get on the bus, go to the hotel, stay in our room, get our meal, take it back to our room, see each other on the bus, go to the game. So I can't imagine the protocol being much different. I mean, it's 80 degrees out there. I mean, I don't know if they're going to let us go outside or not. I mean, I don't think there's armed security guards, but heck, there maybe. I have no idea. I'm excited about going down there and playing.
I think I know the answer, but I'll ask anyway. Any update on Mikey?
Yeah, I mean, he's practiced this week. I mean, not full capacity. He's practiced a little bit more each day. So yeah, I don't see why he wouldn't go.
Anyone else?
Coach, does this feel a little bit like the NKU days in the sense that in order to make the NCAAs, you've got to win the whole thing?
It does in that sense. But Dan, it's hard to explain. None of this feels like anything we've ever done before. I mean, it's one of the guys used the word confinement. I thought it was a really good word. It's like, it reminds me of that, and it probably does to the fans, but it's like, I mean, these guys, I don't know how many of you guys have good. I mean, obviously Chad does because he was on a Zoom call the other day. I mean, he was out to lunch, but a lot of you guys get a chance to go, to dinner with your wife and to do different things like that. For those of you who are fortunate enough to go out, and our guys don't do that. I mean, I don't live the life of confinement, Dan. I don't know if you do. Our guys do. And that's so. And I say that just because nothing's normal. It's like, does it feel like it does? It does feel like we need to win 3 in a row, no question. And we take it one game at a time. Obviously, every coach is going to say that. We always go 4 games. We always go 14 bracket, right? So whether it's the first round, second round, or the final 4, or whether it's the first, we always go 4 teams, and that's what we'll do in this game. But that'll be probably the only thing that feels the same.